now another guy who quarterbacks Vanguard, a great rower from Dartmouth, one of our founders, Bill McNabb. We keep coming up with these good quarterbacks.
I got to admit, I get a little emotional when I see this cup. The first time Herb brought it out at dinner a few months ago, and we were looking at the names. For anybody who's studied rowing, it is, as Herb described, just a who's who. And you just can't help get excited thinking about what this is going to evolve to in the great city of Philadelphia. I want to thank the mayor. The vision to bring Dad Vail back, to keep Dad Vail in Philadelphia, bring it back, was absolutely something that had to happen. I also want to acknowledge we've got some great supporters here who are going to help make this event, I think, the greatest event in the world. And so I'd like the following to please stand, if you wouldn't mind. So with us from Dad Vail's organizing committee, we have Jack Galloway, chairman, and Jim Hanna, president. Would you gentlemen stand? They run the greatest collegiate event in rowing, and making the Gold Cup part of this is really going to be extraordinary. And rowing doesn't happen in Philadelphia without the Schuylkill Navy. And if you think about the Schuylkill Navy and what it stands for along Boathouse Row, John Hogan, who's the current Commodore, and Cleet Graham, a longtime past Commodore, please stand. Let me give you a little sense of how I think this is going to work. Herb described a little bit, we're trying to bring the best scullers here to reignite, if you will, this event. And the whole idea is to get the 4 best male single scullers, and then the new addition to the Cup to get the 4 best women single scullers in the world here one day to race. And if you think about it, it hasn't happened in North America in my lifetime, and to have this kind of event in the middle of Dad Vail is extraordinary just to think about. And we're going to make it a little bit different than other kinds of races. It's 4 people coming down the center of the Schuylkill. The winner will get a newly commissioned, sort of new minted version of a cup and $10,000. Very rare in the rowing world to have prize money. And second and third place will be $5,000 and $2,500 respectively. But to have, again, both men and women competing, a real first for the Gold Cup in its history. So when I think about it, I think about world-class scullers, arguably the fittest people on the planet coming to Philadelphia to race and put on what I think is going to be an incredible show for the rowing world in the middle of Dad Vail. I think it's just going to be an extraordinary thing to comprehend. I don't know about all of you. I cannot wait for this to happen. So May 14th can't come soon enough, and I'll be really excited to be there on the banks, I hope with everybody here, cheering these people on as they come down the course. Thank you, and we really appreciate all the support.
We are all just tremendously excited about bringing the Gold Cup back here to its home in Philadelphia. Mr. Mayor, it's my honor to introduce the 2 gentlemen who are actually going to present the Gold Cup to you. First is John B. Kelly III, who is sitting right back there. Why don't you stand up? Give you a round of applause. Certainly the Kelly name needs no introduction here in Philadelphia. His grandfather, Jack Kelly Sr., as was indicated earlier, won the Olympic single sculling event in the 1920 Olympics. And it was really in honor of that occasion, because it was the first time, I believe, an American had actually won a gold medal at the rowing Olympics, that the Gold Cup was created. So in honor of that, he had his name inscribed in 1920 as the first recipient of the Gold Cup. So I'd also like to introduce Don Sparrow, who is a legendary oarsman in rowing circles. Anyone who knows anything about rowing knows Don Sparrow. He really is a legendary guy. He has had many accomplishments in and out of rowing. Among them, he was a finalist at the 1964 Tokyo Olympics in single sculls. He set the course record at Henley in the diamond sculls on his way to winning it in 1965. And of course, he was the world single sculling champion and the Gold Cup champion in 1966 when he won in Bled, Yugoslavia. And Don's name is actually the last name that appears on the Gold Cup as it stands today when it was presented to him in 1966. So we have the first and the last names that are on the Gold Cup with us today. Mr. Mayor, it is indeed a high honor and a pleasure, and I'm here to tell you that come May of 2011, we're going to add some new names to the Gold Cup for the first time in over 45 years. And again, we're just so excited to have this event, really an Olympic event, in the middle of the Dad Vail Regatta here in Philadelphia. So thank you very much. If I can ask you